What's a pose that says giveaway? I feel like it's like spirit fingers.
Make it rain.
I don't even have real money to do that with.
That's a problem that we're working on.
Yeah.
I am into myself right now.
I am beautiful. I am loved.
You're special, Marissa.
Okay. As I'm doing spirit fingers.
And we're back with an awesome video speaking all kinds of social media to you. You've got Marissa and myself. We've got 15 years of combined experiences together working at startups, big companies, and today we're going to talk about giveaways. I do want to bring a little bit of attention to this. Feel free to zoom on this awesome little button we got going on here. My friend Marissa is engaged and she's going to get married to her awesome fiance, Justin. And I want everybody to take a minute and go and congratulate her in the comments box below because I'm so excited to be one of her bridesmaids. Also, Justin, that was a shout out for you because you're like our #1 fan. You're always commenting. So lots of love, homie.
Just a lesson to all the rest of you. You get special treatment if you comment on our videos all the time.
Cool. So giveaways, it's a big topic. A lot of people don't really know how to walk that fine line between turning, celebrating their followers and wanting to reward them, and then kind of turning into a giveaway brand where that's expected from you. So today, Marissa and I are going to kind of walk you through the best practices for doing giveaways, our experiences with giveaways, and would love to get your guys' questions on it so we can keep the combo going.
I really like giveaways. I think they can be a really great way to engage with your fan base. One of the things you have to be really careful about is like anything you do in social media, you have to make sure you know what your goals are and that you build your contest or your giveaway specifically to those goals. Giveaways can be really great to grow your followers, but you want to make sure you're really targeted because, for example, let's say you work for a brand that sells tacos because tacos are delicious. And you say you're giving away $1 million, you're going to get all sorts of people. Like you're going to get sandwich people coming to your taco page and they're there just for the $1 million and they don't care about tacos. So being really targeted with how you design it. For example, maybe you want to give away taco gift cards instead. Then the only people who are going to enter your contest are people who actually love tacos and are going to keep following you afterwards because they just genuinely love tacos. Should be everybody. Everybody should love tacos. But it makes sure that the people who come to you for this big giveaway continue to engage with you and continue to follow with you instead of giving the free stuff from you and then bouncing.
I've had a client of mine recently want to start their own kind of subsidiary account. And they wanted it to focus on just a special vertical of theirs. And they did so by using the bigger account that had hundreds and thousands of followers, doing a giveaway that kind of funneled them into the new account and have them not only introduce the new vertical, but also take their existing audience, which is the audience that they wanted to continue to speak to, and bring them into a new platform.
They're really effective at making a big announcement or saying we're doing something new. I've had a lot of fun doing some of the giveaways in my career. One that Sarah and I did together was the 12 Days of Gardein, which was just an excuse for us to take a bunch of goofy photos, but we also got a lot of great UGC for the brand. I want to hear, what are your favorite examples of giveaways? Either ones that you've run on your platforms or ones that you've entered as a consumer. I'd love to hear, what really worked for you.
You can't just think like, oh, we've got this extra Visa gift card that we want to get rid of. Let's go ahead and try to figure out how to do a giveaway. It's a process. You sit down with your team, you come up with the outline, set the days and times, the frequency of the posts leading up to when you're going to announce the winner. And then I would sit down with, obviously, if you've got a creative team, make sure that you educate them on all the social media sizes. There's even the possibility of partnering up with an influencer if you want to go and try to go that route.
I'm a big fan of working with influencers because I think when you work with influencers for giveaways, you're reaching new audiences and bringing them to you. And it can be very beneficial, right? Because if you're doing like a loop giveaway, for example, and you're both posting this contest and they are having their followers come to you and you're having their followers go to you, it can be really mutually beneficial.
You know what I'm not a huge fan of for those influencer giveaways though, are the ones that I see a lot on Instagram that's like, oh, you want to win like $10,000 worth of like Louis Vuitton purses. And I'm always like, yes, I do. Like, give me the Louis. And then they're like, all you have to do is go to this page, like the photo. And so I'm like, easy enough. And then I go and then it's like, oh, wait, but then make sure that you follow everybody that this account is following. And I was like, every time I get to that point, I'm like, nah, man, you lost me. Like,
yeah, I think loop giveaways you have to be careful for how many people you include in that loop, because there's only so much you're willing to do for $10,000 worth of. I mean, you really for $10,000 worth of bags, you're not willing to go to 6 different profiles?
It's just because I gotta worry about having to unfollow those like additional 50 people that I followed, and so sometimes I get really angry when I'm looking at my feed and I'm like, who is this person? Like, I don't remember following them. And then I just go into a conspiracy theory where I'm like, Skynet is adding people to my account that I just didn't follow to begin with. And you know, I'm OCD about my followers or who I follow back.
I mean, I think that's a really good point, though. I mean, that's why it's like we said, you have to be very specific about who you target. You have to make sure that if you're doing a loop giveaway with other people, with other influencers, you have to make sure that they're relevant. Because the ideal, right, is that you would do a loop giveaway with influencers who are relevant to your brand also.
Yeah.
And the people who come from there and the people that you send to them love both of your content. They just needed to hear about you. So you have to be careful about who you choose to work with.
I would assume my audience is like really lazy. I wouldn't try to make them jump through like all these hoops, but yeah, that's what
that's one of the number one pieces of advice. The number one piece of advice that I can tell you with running a giveaway of any kind is that the audience will not read your instructions. They will not. You have to make it as simple as possible, because they will 100% miss 4 out of 5 steps. So you have to make sure it's really simple, very easy to follow. And you have to realize that the harder it is to do all of the things that you want them to do, the less likely they are to follow through, unless your prize is amazing. Like, it has to be really, really amazingly good for them to follow through.
Like getting to meet Brie Larson.
Yeah, exactly. Getting to have Brie Larson on your YouTube channel. I would go to extreme lengths to accomplish that.
I would do that for you.
I know you would. I know.
I want to go into a little bit about the boring stuff, the legalities of giveaways. So I know that I've worked with a lot of global brands, and I've had to run into having to make sure that the T&Cs, terms and conditions, are, you know, acceptable in all the different regions. So I could tell you, like in the US, it's probably a little more lenient to do a Facebook giveaway versus Australia, where you've got to like pay a fine or some type of an entrance fee and then go through getting all the lawyers involved. And I think that you have to be really careful about these things, especially because everyone's so sensitive these days. Take the right precautions. If you have a legal department in your, in your company that you work for, go straight to them. They should know these things. If not, the platform themselves offer like pre-made templates that have all the terms and conditions in them, and kind of just like self-educate yourself.
There are a lot of resources out there to create your own terms and conditions and to create a rules page. It's still, at the end of the day, you definitely, if you have the resource, you should still have a legal team look at it. If you have the budget, there's also a lot of services, outside contractors who can do just that. They'll just create terms and services, or they'll just administrate your contest for you, and they can be a really good resource if you have the budget for them. So those are just our top tips for how to run a giveaway. Make sure you're really targeted and specific with how you design the contest for your goals. Make sure you're legally covered. Consider working with partners or other influencers that might be a good fit. If you liked this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also like this video, and we'll be back next week with some more tips. But do you know that there's a debate about whether or not tacos count as sandwiches? I don't know if I'm on the taco as a sandwich train, but
those people need to go away. There's no way. That's like, to me, it's like comparing pasta, like spaghetti, to like pho.